What's happening? Welcome to the channel. This is Living in Alberta, and today we are going to look at 4 things you should know before living in Lacombe, Alberta. What's up, guys? My name is Kyle. Welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. On this channel, as you know, we break down everything when it comes to moving to or living in Alberta. So if you do want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Definitely click that notification bell so you are notified every single week when a new video comes out. And if you would like any help with real estate needs, I said that pretty quick. I am a licensed realtor in the province. You can use this information, guys, popping up on the screen right now. Get a hold of me any way you know how. All right, with that being said, let's get into the video. All right, let's get this video started with the number one thing that I get asked all the time. And because Alberta is such a move to province over the last couple of years, let's talk about the cost of owning a home in Lacombe. Now, as I said, Alberta has been one of the most moved to provinces in the country this year as well as last year. So with all this demand and the low inventory, you're really starting to see those real estate prices climb. So far this year in Lacombe, the median detached price is $372,000. Now, if we look at last year, Lacombe was sitting at $340,000. So you're seeing some nice appreciation here. Lacombe is a super popular area to live within the central Alberta area. So there are a ton of people looking to move here. Now, one of the kind of potential cons of owning a home in Lacombe is that you are going to pay more in property taxes here.
Are you serious? Deadly serious!
Right now, the residential property tax rate in Lacombe is 1.109%. So out of 26 cities within Alberta, Lacombe was the 6th highest in the province. So if your home has an assessed value of $500,000, you can expect to pay approximately $5,500 per year in property taxes. So a lot of people aren't aware that the property taxes are pretty high in Lacombe. In my opinion, it isn't a deal breaker. I think that it's still the median detached price, and the price of real estate is still slightly below some of the towns that surround in the area. So just one of those things that you do want to keep in mind for sure. Okay, let's move along to number 2. And there are a ton of people who are buying homes sight unseen, or they are buying homes virtually. We're doing a lot of virtual walkthroughs through FaceTime, through WhatsApp, through Google Duo, whatever app it is. And as we're doing this, I'm always telling clients to pull up Google Maps. You always want to look, does the home back onto a busy street? Is it close to railway tracks? And a little tip for you guys, a lot of the times if it's just in normal map mode, I'm not sure if that's the right word for it.
What?
But if you click over to satellite, you can see things a little bit better. You can actually tell that, oh, that's not a walking path, that's a railway track. True story. So there are a few things in Lacombe that you want to keep in mind if you are buying a home there. Number 1, and this is kind of an interesting one, the Lacombe Airport is right in the north side of the town. It's not even on the outskirts, it's right within the town. And we'll throw up a map as always here so you guys can see exactly where the airport is located. But there are certain neighborhoods like Terrace Heights and some other neighborhoods that are getting kind of close to the airport. So that is definitely something you might want to take into consideration. I did call the airport before I made this video, and I got some information from them. It is all small aircraft. So, it's not going to be overly noisy. At nighttime, they're not allowed to run circuits, but there will still be planes taking off and landing, things like air ambulances. So I don't think it's a super noisy airport. I don't live in Lacombe, and I definitely don't live beside the airport, so I can't say for sure. But definitely something you want to consider. And as always, pull up that map and just look for these kinds of things. There's also a railway track in Lacombe. However, Lacombe is set up, a little bit better than some of the towns that surround it. For example, Blackfalds, that train runs right through the middle of the residential area. In Lacombe, it's on the east side of Highway 2A, which is all industrial area. So shouldn't be a bit too big of an issue, but these are all things that you definitely want to look at on Google Maps, especially if you are buying virtually and you're not going to be able to come and explore the areas and look at the neighborhoods before you actually purchase your home. All right, let's move along to number 3 and let's talk about kind of the layout of Lacombe. So pretty much all of the neighborhoods and the residential area is on the west side of Highway 2A. On the east side is all industrial and commercial areas, except for there's 2 neighborhoods over there, Iron Wolf and Mackenzie Ranch. So these are pretty good neighborhoods. They're definitely good options to live in. What I find that I really like about these neighborhoods is they're very, very, very quiet. They are newer neighborhoods though, so you're not going to get a lot of those old growth trees and kind of a lot of the culture that comes with an older neighborhood. In reality, a lot of the newer neighborhoods, they're just built on a farmer's farmland or a cropland, right? Now, these neighborhoods are on the very south end of Lacombe and of the industrial area. So again, potential cons is that they are right beside all the businesses and the commercial and the industrial areas. I didn't find a lot of noise when I was over there, and it was right in the middle of the day, right in the middle of the work week.
Where does that noise come?
So a couple good options on the east side of town. Now, of course, Lacombe isn't overly big. It does have a city status, but let's talk about some of my favorite neighborhoods and maybe an interesting one. One of my favorites is English Estates. Now, it's one of those older neighborhoods, and we'll show where it is on a map. It's one of those older neighborhoods. Most of the homes were built in the 80s and 90s, so you're going to have to be aware of Poly B pipe plumbing. But there are some beautiful older character homes over there. You get some massive lots with the big spruce trees and the big growth trees, old growth trees. And it is super close to shopping. So you're right next to the English Estates Plaza, which has restaurants, grocery stores. It's got Snap Fitness, all different kinds of shopping in there. So very convenient neighborhood. Now, one of the potential cons of living in that neighborhood is that the south border does border the graveyard. So if you're into that kind of thing, that kind of makes you a little queasy. You might not want to live there. I also really love Elizabeth Park. I think this is a beautiful neighborhood. It is so close to all the lakes and the walking trails, the best walking trails that are within Lacombe. It is a newer neighborhood with some beautiful homes, and we'll throw up some B-roll so you guys can take a look. But it is one of my favorite neighborhoods, and a lot of clients that I've been helping move here, they've chosen this neighborhood as well because they absolutely love it. Now, there's one more interesting neighborhood, I guess, that I want to talk about, and that's Rosedale Valley. So it's actually part of the county, but you don't even realize you're in the county. It feels like a neighborhood within the city of Lacombe. Most of the homes are 0.7 of an acre, half an acre to 1 acre. It's kind of a neat little area, and again, you're not part of the city, you are in the county, but you literally feel like you're in a neighborhood within Lacombe. So I know a lot of people are looking for acreage living, so this is a really good option. However, homes there, they don't come for sale very often. The last home sold there in 2020. It is a super popular spot just because you get that acreage living and the convenience of the city being right beside you. All right, and let's wrap this up with talking about kind of things to wrap up the video, but I want to touch on Lacombe's downtown. Now, I find that sometimes in these smaller cities and even in the bigger cities, I find the downtown area isn't as nice as the rest of the areas sometimes. But in Lacombe, it has a phenomenal downtown. It is an historic downtown. It's got these old, they're called Edwardian buildings, but I'm not even pretend I know what Edwardian means. I read that, so I don't want to sound like I'm smart or something here.
That's okay.
But they are super cool, and there is murals painted throughout the entire downtown core. So the city has painted its entire history on the backs of these walls and these businesses, and you can take a guided mural tour if you would like. And I just find that the energy in downtown Lacombe is just such a vibrant area. There's a little strip off Main Street that has some really good restaurants. It's got some bars and coffee shops. And when I was down there getting footage for this video, there's no other way to describe it than it was just alive, and it was a super vibrant area. And Lacombe still has a lot of really good options for not only kids, but adults as well. So I'm a big Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fan. There's Central Alberta Jiu-Jitsu in Lacombe. There's a boxing club in Lacombe. There's karate. If you love golf, and I love golf too, there's an awesome golf course right in the town of Lacombe, and we'll throw up some drone footage. It's a really nice golf course, actually. There's 2 towns within Central Alberta that in my opinion, they have some of the best golf courses and you don't even know that they're there. They are literally right in town. Lacombe is one of them and Ponoka is the other one. So even if you're not planning on living in Lacombe, I would definitely check out the golf course there as well as the one in Ponoka. But it just seems to have kind of the best of both worlds. You're still in a big enough community. It is a small city. It's got roughly 15,000 people. You're right smack dab in the middle, pretty much up Edmonton and Red Deer. It's a little bit closer to Red Deer than it is to Edmonton. And I think you look at all these reasons, it's one of the biggest reasons why you see Lacombe ranking as one of the best places to live in Alberta on these lists that come out. So it's a fantastic place to live. Lacombe is one of my favorite areas. Out of all the places in central Alberta, Lacombe is at the very top of my list or near the top of my list. That's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button for me and make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. And as always, if you would like any help with your real estate needs, I'm a good old realtor here in Alberta. You think maybe that he's kind of funny, maybe he's kind of cool, or maybe he's a douchebag, you don't have to call me, but I hope you get some value out of the videos. Use this information, guys, popping up on the screen. Get a hold of me any way you know how. All right, I will see you guys next week. Cheers.